Hello and welcome back to YJ's yoga class. How are you guys doing in this circuit breaker? Uh, I hope you all are doing well. We have around 4 more weeks to go, so bear in there, hang in there. Today we'll work on arm balance and maybe gravity serving. We'll see. So, arm balance is a big part of yoga that actually attracts a lot of people into the practice because it looks really cool, and it looks impossible. In this class, I would ask you to work in a way that ask yourself this: which part of this can I do? So perhaps it's just going into a prep pose, like a crow pose, but with your legs down onto the ground. That helps you to explore how to go into the pose itself. Like, how do you balance onto your hands? How do you activate the chest muscle? How do you activate the armpit muscle and all these things? So going into a prep allows you to do that. So that is what we are working on today. Your intent is to throw perfection out of the window. So why we say that to throw perfection out of the window is because you will be aiming to do what you see other people are doing. Like, for example, crow pose requires your legs to be lifted off the ground. But who says that? You can come into a crow prep with your legs down onto the ground, but it is more accessible for beginners, for example, when you are trying to balance onto your hands. So instead of looking perfect, just think of it as a place for you to explore how do you balance onto your hands. Perhaps, just coming into the pose, putting hands down, transferring some weight into your arms. So let's do that. So if there is a pose that you cannot do, throw perfection out the window. Like, you don't need to be so perfect looking in the final pose. I'm doing this pose with what my body can today. Let's start. You might need a strap for beginners, and you might need a block also for beginners. If you are a little bit more advanced in your practice, you might not need a prop. Let's start off with seated side bend in knee pulse. So sit in knee pulse, right foot tucked under, then the left knee goes on top. So I've been practicing this for a while, and I know how to cross my leg into so tight. So for some guys, they tell me that this pose is very painful to stay in. So if you are one of them, move things out of the way so the knees can come in closer. Okay? Don't work with it so painful, Girls, you have no problem. Now have your right hand beside your right hip, coming onto the fingertips. Reach left arm up. Take a big inhale into your side ribs. Feel for the ribs spreading. Then exhale, coming onto your palm, moving into the side. Moving into your side bend. Starting to feel for the stretch and opening from the side body, from the armpit all the way down to the hip crest, where where your legs comes out from the hip. Feel for opening on your lower back as well. Coming into a neck release, your hands goes by the side of your body, moving your arms away from your neck away from arm. So over here, you want to feel for a stretch from the back of your ear down to the top of your shoulder. Take a big inhale into that stretch. And as you exhale, can you let go more in your neck or your shoulder so you can feel more in the stretch? And to release, use the flowing hand to pull your torso back up, relaxing your head towards the left. Then use your hands to pick the head up. Coming on to the other side. So left foot tuck under, right foot goes on top. Into your knee power. And right hand on the ground beside, left hand on the ground beside your hip, reach your right arm up. Take a big inhale, lift ribs away from the pelvis. Then exhale into your side bend. Feeling for the big opening on your rib cage and your lower back throughout the whole side of your body. Now actively reach with your top hand away from the armpit. And exhale, wrap the armpit. So wrapping the armpit means the armpit no longer flare out towards the side. You gotta, your shoulder blade is rolling over the rib cage towards the front. Coming into neck release, your top hand goes beside your rib cage. Huge inhale, lift arms away from your ear. And exhale, your ear away from your shoulder. Go into the stretch and feel for the stretch. So instead of feeling or struggling how this pose feels like, it is a good time for you to train how to feel the pose. Like which part of your body is opening up. Where do you feel the action going on? Is it inside your legs? And to release, use the hands to pull your torso back up. Then use your left hand to cradle the head up. Now lay down onto your back for our favorite core exercise. Elbow to knee. Bend knees 90, clasp hands. Clasp your hands and put it behind your head. Let the head rest onto the palm. Have your elbows pointing up towards the sky. Now from here, take a deep inhale. Lift head and shoulders up. Hold the breath. Press lower back down. Scoop tailbone up. You'll feel the butt coming off the ground and your lower belly turning on. Exhale. Reach both elbows towards left thigh, right foot straight up skywards. Pull belly down inwards towards the spine. So I've been saying, if you don't know how to pull belly down, suck your belly into the spine. Think of yourself in front of a mirror and you want to look super slim. You will definitely do it. Inhale, come back to the center. Hold the breath. Press lower back down, scoop tailbone up. Exhale, both elbows towards right thigh, left foot straight up skywards. Pull belly down. Inhale, come back to the center, bend your knees. Hold the breath. Press lower back down, scoop tailbone up. Exhale, both elbows left thigh, right foot straight up skywards. Pull belly down towards the spine. Inhale, come back to the center. Hold the breath. Press lower back down, scoop tailbone up. Exhale, both elbows right thigh, left foot straight up skywards. Pulling belly down towards the spine. Inhale, come back to the center. Hold the breath. Press lower back down, scoop tailbone up. Exhale, both elbows towards left thigh, right foot straight up skywards. Pull belly down. Huge inhale, come back to the center. Hold the breath. Press lower back down, scoop tailbone up. Exhale, both elbows right thigh, left foot straight up skywards. Pull belly down towards the spine. Inhale, come back to the center. Hold the breath. Press lower back down, scoop tailbone up. Now don't give up for some of you who are feeling a lot of burning going on in the core. Stay with the burn. Hold the breath, press lower back down, scoop tailbone up. Exhale, both elbows left thigh, right foot straight up skywards, pulling belly down towards the spine. Inhale, come back to the center. Hold the breath, press lower back down, scoop tailbone. Exhale, both elbows right thigh, left foot straight up skywards, pulling belly down towards spine. Inhale, come back to the center. Head down, feet down. You will need a block here. If you don't use a block, it will be You are doing it without a block. If you want to, it will be much tougher. Now come out into bridge pose and put the block the tall way underneath your sacrum. Take a deep inhale, lift chest towards the face. And exhaling, tuck tailbone down, squeezing your sit bone towards each other. Sit bone is located here at the bottom of the butt, the line where your glute meet the hamstring. So feel for this part here, muscles turning on. Now inhale, move your left foot in line with your left butt and pick your right foot out, skywards. Exhale, moving foot towards the face, stretching and opening up the back of your thighs here. Now pick up your left hand and turn the fingers towards your knee. Right hand grab left pinky. Take a big inhale and spread your hands. Exhale, pull the fingers back towards you. Still staying very active with your right leg. Grab hold of ring finger and pull it back. Take a big inhale into the forearm. Exhale, spread hand bones. Grab hold of middle finger and pull it back. Huge inhale into your hand bones. Exhale, spread pinky away from thumb. Grab hold of index and pull it back. Big inhale into your hands. Exhale, spread all fingers. Grab hold of thumb. Pull it away from the palm and slightly pulling it back. Take a big inhale into your hand. Exhale, feel for pressing your palms into the ceiling. Release and release your right foot down. Inhale, right foot in line with right butt, left leg up. Exhale, moving foot towards face. Right hand up in front of you, fingers point, palm facing up skywards, and turn your fingers towards your knee. Left hand grab right pinky. Inhale, inhale into your hands. And exhale, pull the pinky back towards you. Grab hold of ring finger and pull it back. Take a big inhale, spread your hand bones. Exhale, check out what's going on in your neck and shoulders here. Relax your neck and shoulder as you are feeling for this stretch. Grab hold of middle fingers and pull it back. Big inhale into your forearm. Exhale, spread pinky and thumb away from each other. Grab hold of index finger and pull it back. Huge inhale and spread your hands. Exhale, pushing your palms up towards the sky. Grab hold of your thumb, pull it away from the palm and pull it back. Take a big inhale into your hand bone. Next, you spread all fingers while you're pulling your thumb back towards you. And gently release. Step the foot down. Press the foot into the ground to lift butt off the block. Stay up in bridge for one more deep breath here. Exhale, tuck tailbone, lower the upper back down, followed by the middle back, followed by the lower back, and come down all the way. Come up into elbows and knees for dolphin. So grab hold of opposite bicep to measure the distance between your hands. If you have a weaker shoulder or you have shoulder injuries, clasp hands. For the rest of us, you parallel your hands in front of you. Now from here, take a big inhale, spread upper back. Exhale, wrap shoulders, straighten up your legs into dolphin. Take a big inhale, lift ribs away from shoulder. And exhale, relaxing into your neck here. Now from here, press your forearm into the ground to lift your ribcage off the shoulder. And exhaling, transferring weight into your legs by pressing the heels down towards the ground. So there is always a lifting in your ribcage away from the shoulder, then the weight going down into your legs. Now coming into one leg up, press as much as you can, ground down to your left foot and reach right leg up skywards. Big inhale, lift foot away from pelvis, sending the thighs away from the pelvis. Exhale, press ground away from you. And release the right foot down. Ground the right foot down into the ground. Inhale, pick left foot up. Open up the hip. Exhale, relaxing into your neck. Release your left foot down, release your knees down, and roll yourself up. Come to standing. Coming into B series with vignettes. So hands to your heart center. Inhale into chair pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, scoop chest forward. Exhale, hands down, step back to plank. You can take modified chaturanga or chaturanga. Modified chaturanga, knees down, then come all the way down. Inhale, cobra or up dog, lifting ribs. Exhaling, down dog. Coming into warrior 2, archer warrior 2. Inhale, left foot forward into warrior 2. And exhale, left arm on top, right arm below into archer arm. Take a big inhale, send left elbows out skywards. Exhale, your right shoulder, relax down the back. Release, come into extended warrior variation. Put your left elbow on left thigh. Right arm goes onto your inner thigh from the back. So if this is not possible today, just put your hands onto your back. That helps as well. Take a big inhale. Press forearm into your thigh to lift ribs off your thigh. Then exhale to roll open the chest. Release and come into extended warrior. Now for some of you, you'll need a block. Put the block inside of your foot and put your hands onto the block. Reach right arm above the head. If you're more advanced, you don't need the block. Take a big inhale. Lengthen spine. And exhale to press your arms into your legs to open up. Use that pressing to help you lift the ribs out. Release. Hands down and step back to plank pose. Lower your knees down. We are coming into turbo dog. So if you've been doing turbo dog with me, you know where to go. And for those of us who are joining us for the first time, hug your elbows into the midline and lower elbows down towards the ground, hovering off the ground. This is your setup. Then from here, take a big inhale, lift and spread upper back. Activate your chest and armpit. Exhale, straighten up your legs. Into turbo dog. Now feel for the chest and armpit activation here. Check out what your neck is doing, let it go. So if this is not possible, you can actually stay down in your legs. Work on turning on your chest muscle and armpit muscle here. There is a lot going on here. And release, knees down. Step back into down dog. Archer warrior. Inhale, left foot, right foot forward in between hands into warrior 2. Exhale, right arm on top, left arm below. So some of you can grab onto your clothing if your fingers is not linking, or you can use a strap, hold on to a strap. So if your finger is the most touching, continue pointing your fingers towards each other. Take a big inhale, send right elbows out skywards. Exhale, left shoulder blades down the back. Release. Coming into extended warrior variation. Right elbow on right thigh. Left arm goes behind you, grabbing onto your inner thigh from the back. Now from here, take a big inhale. Spread the ribs. Exhale, pushing elbows down towards the thigh to lift ribs away from thigh. Neck relax. Now release and come into extended warrior. Right hand on block or not. Leave left arm up and above overhead. Take a big inhale, spread the ribs. Exhale, wrap left armpit. So you notice the arms is not going up that way, but when you wrap it, there is a turning where the pinky fingers point down towards the ground. Release and step back into down dog. Come down onto your knees and set up for crow. Now beginners, use a block. More advanced people, you just work with crow pose without the block. Now to set up for crow pose, put the block in front of your feet. Then your hands goes in front of the block. And once you got this, leave your butt up high. Let's do this together, okay? So set up until where I am right now. Step onto the block. Put your knee on top of your tricep. Bend your arms like a shelf for your knees to sit on. Then you lean forward. You'll feel the weight going into your arms. And this is a good indication for you to push the ground away from you. Now push the ground away from you really hard. So you start to activate your chest, your armpit muscle. And if you want to work a little bit more, maybe one foot off, shift the weight forward some more, and the other one comes up. Stay for 5 deep breaths before you come down. So it is also a good place for you to, if you are doing this for the first time, put a lot of pillow in front of you. So in case you crash your face forward, there's pillow there, right? Alright, come down. Step back into down dog. Coming into triangle pose. Inhale, left foot forward in between hands into triangle. Right foot turns out towards the side like you go into a warrior 2. Now inhale, left hand on shin, right arm up. Exhale, relax your neck here. Release and come into pyramid pose. Both your hands down to the ground, readjust the back foot. Take a big inhale. Lift chest away from your thigh. And exhale to bow forward. So some of you might need to come out a little bit, maybe hands on thighs or shin. More flexible ones comes down. Now breathe into the back of the thighs here and feel for the opening that you are getting from this pose. Moving into twisting triangle, your right hand down, leave left arm up. Now for some of us, this is a little bit too tough. You might need to put a block underneath your right hand. And for some of us, this might be too easy. You put your right hand outside of the left pinky toe side. Huge inhale, lift ribs away from pelvis. And exhale to twist and revolve, open the chest. So feel for relaxing into the pose instead of fighting into the pose. There's a lot difference here. Especially when you want to look perfect, it is a very dangerous place to go into because perfection put a lot of stress in you when you want to perform a pose. So don't do that. Release and step back into down dog. Now we are going into jumping into crow. Beginners, if jumping into crow feels really intimidating for the first time, come back into crow pose like what you did just now with the block. More advanced student or intermediate student, I'm going to show you two variations. So the first variation is you hop forward, put knees on tricep, and go into your crow pose. And the second variation is to prep your elbows, bend the elbows a little bit, turn on your chest, turn on your armpit, then you hop forward. Maybe into crow like that. And if you can, you hop into crow. Let's do that 5 times. For those people who are just doing crow, you just do crow. Now let's give the first hop. Maybe hang on, maybe not. Walk back into down dog. Again. Did it work? Maybe, maybe not. Let's try it one more time. Maybe getting used to it. This is one way to do it, where you bend the elbows, put everything down, and then your feet lands onto the ground. Okay, do it one more time. Turn on chest, turn on armpit. And when you're ready, hop. Crow pose. Step down and go back into down dog. Triangle. Inhale, right foot step forward in between hands. Into triangle. A big inhale, lift both sides of your body long. Exhale, relax your neck here. Coming into pyramid pose. Hands down beside the front foot. Readjust the back foot. Inhale, lift and lengthen spine. Exhale, bow forward. Release and come into twisting triangle. Put left hand down, reach right arm out. Huge inhale into your legs. Now exhale, press the mount of the big toes down into the ground. The mount of the big toes is here. Can you see it? This is the mount of the big toes, okay? Press the mount of the big toes down into the ground and open up the chest. Release. And step back into down dog. Now come down onto your knees a little and watch how to go into a turn signal. Turn signal requires the shin to be on top of your arm. So you're pushing your shin against the tricep this way. Then the other leg goes out towards the side into like this. So basically you're doing this on your arms. So how do you get there? Start with your right foot down. Okay, start with your hands down onto the ground. It's much easier this way. Then you see how my inner thighs is on top of my tricep right now? Put it on top. Then this one, put your shin on top of your arm. This way. And shift. Maybe walk your feet out towards the side. Straighten up the legs. Stay on the ground is fine. If you want a little bit more, maybe lift it up. Ooh. Oops. Let's give that a try. Start on the left side. So palms down onto the ground, left inner thigh onto your arms. Now put your right shin, tiptoe, right shin on top. And then straighten up the legs. I'm going to show you a beginner's friendly version as well. I forgot to show you that. Let's do this together. Put the block behind your right palm. Step right foot onto the block and put your shin on top of your tricep. Okay, you got that? Then once you got that, your left leg walk up towards the side. Okay, that's the beginner's version. So if you're a little bit more advanced, you can maybe lift off from here. Lift off, lift off. Just have some fun on your hands. You don't need to look perfect. This is the time. This is the perfect time for you to throw perfection out of the window. Because if you never put your body through all these poses before, your body will not have a chance to actually learn kinesthetically how to move through the pose. So if you need a visual cue of how to go into this, one leg straight, one leg bent, put both your legs onto your arms. That's how the arm balance goes. Alright, once you try that side, come onto the right hand side. Straighten up your right leg. Put the right inner thigh onto your right tricep and shin onto your left tricep. And once you got this, you can fly off the ground or not, depending on your flexibility as well. It's like a one-legged crow as well. You can do that. Okay, calm down. Let's step back into down dog. Coming into head to ankle stage 2. Inhale, left foot step forward. Into warrior 2. Then once you got that, your hands and your body walk underneath your legs like a wide-legged forward fold with hand passing under. This one is your legs in warrior 2 with the crown of the head extending down towards the ground, hand reaching towards the back of the room. Feeling for the stretch on the back of the thighs on the right side and your inner thighs on the left. Release and come down into a twist. Lower your right knee down. Inhale, pick right hand out, make a fist with right hand. Exhale, hooking your right elbow outside left thigh. So make a fist, press left palm into the fist. Take a big inhale. Press arms into your thigh to lift ribs. Exhale to roll open the chest. Now coming into your extended twisting lunge. Slide right armpit onto left knee. Open up your arms. And with your arms open, move left arm in front of you towards the front of the room. Take a big inhale. Spread the ribs. And exhale, using your arms onto your legs. Press your arms against your leg to lift and revolve your chest. And release. Step back into down dog. I'm coming into head to ankle prep. Inhale, right foot forward. Into warrior two. And exhale, lengthening crown of the head down towards the ground, walking arms towards the back. And release, coming into your twist. Left leg down onto the ground. Inhale, reach right arm up. And exhale, hook left arm up. Exhale, hook left elbow outside right thigh. Take a big inhale. Spreading the ribs. Open. Exhale, revolving open the chest. Now coming into your extended twisting lunge. Slide your left armpit down onto right knee. If this is too much, you can actually put your arms in front of your shin to open up the ribs. A big inhale, lengthen spine. Exhale, pressing arms into the thigh to lift ribs and revolve open the chest. As much as you can. Release. And step back into plank pose. Down dog. Now lower your knees down. We are going into your side crawl. So to come into side crawl, you need a twist and a squat. And of course, balancing onto your hands. So if side crawl is not what you are doing today, beginners, like really beginners, you go to a wall. This is my wall. Imagine this is my wall. Take a twisting chair on the wall. In this case, my right hand side is facing the wall, so you hook left elbow outside right thigh. Then hands put onto the wall. Take a big inhale, Press the wall away from you. And exhale. Twist and revolve, open the body. Now this is a side curl on the wall. To do side curl on the ground, come into squat. Right arm pass over the left thigh. Okay? Few stages to work with. Now the first stage is to put your hands down onto the ground. Second stage is to sit your hip onto your left elbow. Sit on it. Then third stage, lean forward. Maybe the foot will come up, maybe not. So depending on your flexibility and your strength, is going to feel very different. Put a lot of pillow in front of you in case you crash your face into the ground. Alright, let's do the left hand side first. So hook right elbow outside left thigh. And once you already put hands down onto the ground, now go into different stages where your body allows you to go. So if you are, for example, just staying here, you work on staying here by pushing your right tricep into your left thigh to twist even deeper. And the next stage is to put hip onto elbows. And if you are really strong, just lean forward, push your thighs into your legs, into your elbow, and your elbow into the thigh. Push, push, and lean forward to come up. Stay for 5 deep breaths. And gently step back down. Switch over towards the other side. Now go to where your body allows you to go. And work with whatever stages that your body is right now. So once you got this, bend elbows, lean forward, come up into side curl. And gently release. Whew. Whew. Roll out your wrist. Because we have been staying on the wrist staying on the hands for quite some time, your wrist will tend to get even tighter. Is there even such a word as tighter? No. Okay, let's unwind. Lay down onto your back. Now come into back release pose. Have your left foot on top of right knee. Left arm thread under, either grabbing onto the back of your thighs or your shin. Take a big inhale. Press lower back down into the ground. And exhale, pulling your knee in towards the chest as much as your lower back don't lift off the ground. Continue to balloon the air down into your lower back. And release and switch side. Inhale into your lower back. Feeling for your lower back pushing into the ground on each inhale. And then as you exhale, pulling your knee in closer towards the chest. Just as much as your lower back don't lift off the ground. Then gently release. Lay down onto your back for Shavasana. Straighten up the legs in front of you. Arms by the side of your body, palm facing up skywards. Soften your whole body down to the ground and let the ground carry you. Feel for the weight of your arms, the weight of your legs. Soften to your jaw and your facial muscles. For those of you who need a longer class, just a longer Shavasana, pause the video here. And for the rest of us who are ready to get up, start to deepen your breath. Bringing awareness back onto arms and legs. And gently roll over to your left and use your hands to pick yourself back up. Now sit up tall, hands to your heart center, bow the head slightly down towards your heart. Now unbalance is not something that comes easy for people simply because our body is not used to working that way. So if you think about it, your body actually needs time to learn how to go into poses, for example. So as long as you continue working with poses, what you are going to get is what we call the kinesthetic ability, where you start to have more connection with your arms and legs. Like you start to feel more of them. So even if your arm balance is not perfect today, don't worry about it. You put your body through the motion, your body will remember the motion, and it will become easier as you go more and more into it. I bow to light in your namaste. Stay safe, and I can't wait to see everyone back in the gym or face to face. See you, bye bye.